5艇13体の誇りにかけて守り抜くと誓ったのだ。挽回八下の咎め、これでとどめだ。
Welcome back, everybody, back with a video. Today we're going to be showcasing 1000 Year Blower Round 14 Captain Rukia, thanks to Aaron yet again. So today, this Rukia, man, oh man, she aged like fine wine. Whenever she first initially released, I was disappointed because obviously Ichigo got the better skills in terms of Marauder, right? If she did get the Marauder skill, I would think she's... Man, I think she'll be much higher compared to where she is nowadays in terms of power, because no guard break. Well, yes, I don't really think it's that big of a deal not having guard break, but it just makes her feel more smoother. And since not having guard break, she will lose out on DPS. That Marauder skill is just that broken. Everyone else in front of her, in my opinion, will have Marauder or basically guard break. That's the big difference, right? Other than that, if she had that, she would have been perfect. That's the only complaint I have about this Rukia, right? On initial release, I was like, oh gosh, she's gonna look good. She has the Bankai button, she has everything. Bankai button giving her disabler for 10 seconds. Very, very good versus everybody. But you saw Ichigo. Big difference, right? Big difference. But let's get right into her. So this Rukia, my goodness, again, I think she aged like fine wine. So she has a 60% Berserker with freeze on everything. She also does come with damage to frozen enemies 20%. On top of that, she also does come with the Bankai button, like I just said, where when she does transform, she transforms into her Bankai state. And that Bankai state, the first 10 seconds, she has Disabler versus everybody. Very, very good. It's absolutely insane, the Bankai, but I do love it a lot. I do love that she was the first unit to implement this idea. I love it a lot. I love it a lot. So, she also does come with a recover 20% stamina, having 20%, freeze on everything, double killer, a Rankar, and a Spada. She also does come with the freeze duration 100%, post transformation 10-second disable, like we just said, weaken duration. Now, in terms of a kit, I don't mind a kit. Normally, I have complaints about in terms of lunges, but for her sake, as a Rukia, I'll let it go. I'll let it go, right? If she had a 3K beam, ooh, she would have been perfection still. But 570 lunge, and SA2 is going to be a 960, SA3 is going to be a beyond full screen. Not too shabby in my opinion in terms of a kit 2 years ago. Still, what, she was end of year ban, so they did get special treatment back then. That was the best kit back then. Well, second best kit, because before that, it was the 3K beam 960 beyond full screen, what that Ichigo does have. But again, in terms of Rukia's sake, I think she's very, very good. With the game where it's currently at the current moment, where you do want to proc your stats elements, she aged better, right? Compared to that Ichigo, in terms of IT, Rukia is better. She aged better. But in terms of GQ purposes, Dad Ichigo, still one of the best options when it comes to basically the 960 boost with Soul Reaper and Captain Killer. Absolutely disgusting. Not a single unit has been released with a Soul Reaper / Captain Killer. Might be a while, maybe soon. I've been hoping and praying they make a replacement for Daddy Ichigo, because I didn't want to summon for Daddy Ichigo, because every time they rerun, their banner is absolutely horrendous. She is one of those few units. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love Daddy Ichigo on Marin Rukia. She's one of those few units where I do want her 5-5 still. Same thing like Adult Tojo. I want them 5-5 regardless of how old they are. Look at what happened. I went for 5-5 Bambietta and Candace. If you don't know, I summoned more off screen. I got them. I got them both. I got all three of them 5-5. Well, Bambietta and Candace got those two 5-5. So she is in that bracket of what I want 5-5. Her, Adult Tojo, the True Bankai Ichigo, those are the three last options I think that I want 5-5 in terms of older 1000 Year Blower characters. Now, in terms of a character, this Rukia, she's good. There's nothing wrong with her. If you want to use her, she's still phenomenal. Now, in terms of a best power unit, I think she holds up quite nicely. The only differences that are in front of her has guard break, and that's really about it. It's not that big of a deal compared to her to first place. Well, for her to second place, because Yamamoto Soul Bomb is stupid, but in terms of a unit, in terms of gameplay, she feels very, very smooth. She's a very good unit. If you really want to use her, go for it. I think she holds up quite nicely. 2 years later, almost going on 3 years by the time next year does come around. She's still phenomenal. They made her perfect, in my opinion, besides without the guard break. 60% Berserker is nothing to scoff at, really. Like 60% Berserker with damage to Frozen, which is very, very easy to proc the damage to Frozen thanks to having the transformation button, aka Bankai button. So she has a very, very high damage output, and I do love that a lot. Especially paired with the recovered 20% stamina. I love that skill so much on units like this because I love this inbuilt stamina because, of course, you're going to take damage, right? Sometimes you don't take damage in IT, but what comes with, like, rolling hollows, those are annoying. So you could run her in there. Her killer doesn't really matter, right? She has a wrong guard Espada. Very, very good in my opinion. A wrong guard mainly. But the bosses are wrong guard / Espadas. She's easily going to be one-shotting them, which is very, very good. I think she's just a very, very good unit. I think she's definitely still top 10 power. You can make a debate, right? She's my waifu, right? I would put her number 1 in my opinion. But I do want to get her 5-5. Maybe we do go get her 5-5 because again, I still like her as a unit. She's still very good. If you wanted to go for her 2 years later, sure, go for it. She's one of those units where I do recommend if you want them, she's not a bad option. But keep in mind, there's a very, very high potential that she becomes filler, same with Daddy Ichigo, later down the road. We've seen round 13 become filler. So I'm going to be assuming the same thing's going to happen around 14 eventually, right? Literally eventually. Because we got round 13, the Misaki Ishin and Ryukin were filler for round 15. So again, I'm hoping and praying the next 1,000-year below matter we do see do have Rukia and Daddy Ichigo. We'll find out though. Time will tell. But on that though, thank you for watching the video. Hope you have a good day. And I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.